Rostermania has officially blown my mind. I gotta say it. There are some things in this video that I absolutely did not see coming. You're definitely going to stick around, especially towards the end, as the thumbnail highlighted. The World Championship team has broken up and a new roster has emerged from it. It's been a crazy offseason so far, and definitely stay tuned. This is your one-stop shop for all things Brawl esports, and this week in Brawl Stars, we had a lot go down. I'd appreciate it if you all like, subscribe, and let me know down in the comments section what you think about some of these roster changes. Do you think these teams will stick together? Do you think they'll be good? And do you think some of them will even win a World Finals in 2023? Appreciate you all a ton. Hope you all are having a happy holidays. Now, let's get into the details. To kick things off, we are starting in North America and LATAM North. These players have banded together. It's Batuches, Frixie, and iPain. Pain, of course, making it to World Finals previously with Vatra Gaming. Those two guys have banded together to play with CMG in A, which I covered in my last video if you want to check that out. Batuches and Frixie, players that you should also know and love if you're from North America and LATAM North. These guys were very close to making it to the World Finals, previously playing with Vanguard Gaming. I expect high stuff from these guys once again, even though they're not signed by an org quite yet. Of course, if they do, we'll be covering it right here on this channel, so stay tuned in future videos for some more information on these good fellas. Now we're going to be talking about Tribe Gaming EU. Just as an update on this team, last week, of course, I talked about how Tom retired, how we had these three guys declaring free agency. It's becoming a little bit more official, though. These three guys are clearly not playing together. Drage even had a tweet online where he was looking for scrims, not as a team of three, but as an individual, which good on him. You want to get the good practice. He's one of the best players there is, but it seems clear that they're all kind of going their separate ways. Yaji's on a completely separate Queso Cup roster. Drage has yet to play in Queso Cup to my knowledge, or at least on any of the match days that I've seen. And in this video, on one match day, Lenon paired together with OPE and some other guys like Gugu and played with them. So clearly all three of these guys not playing together. They're not scrimming together that at least I have seen in lobbies or anything like that. I think overall, again, nothing wrong with this. They're just not playing together. So it could be a sign of Tribe Gaming EU not necessarily becoming a thing again. Maybe Tribe Gaming as an org signs a different set of players. I think to me at this point, if I'm taking an educated guess, this group of three is very, very unlikely to play with each other again, at least for the near future. And also Tribe Gaming EU probably not signing all three of these guys back. So that doesn't mean Tribe Gaming, if you're a fan out there, isn't signing a European roster or a second team. It's just likely that it's not this three exact player roster. Of course, we'll keep you all updated on this, but after seeing kind of Queso Cup go through, some more match days go by, it just seems really unlikely that these #1 seed teams come back together. Now we are in LATAM South, and I feel like there's several news items that really haven't been talked about too much on Twitter, but I feel like definitely need to be brought up. There's some serious roster changes going on in LATAM South. I was catching up with Queso Cup LATAM South a few days ago, kind of just perusing, watching some matches here and there, and normally it's a region I can't watch live, but for whatever reason, I ended up catching up some CMG match play, and Motep is most certainly playing for this team, which if you follow Brawl Stars for a little bit now, you know is unusual because Motep played for AQM, the #1 seed for this region, and CMG, a phenomenal team, the #2 seed in this region, picked him up. It's not official, he hasn't been signed, but at least with Queso Cup, he's certainly playing with this team. As of a few days ago, there were 5 players. That's even shortened now too, so there's even a few more roster changes going down. Motep's Twitter profile didn't have AQM or CMG in his profile, so a lot of mysterious things going on that we're definitely gonna have to dive into. I used Liquipedia Brawl Stars, a great source if you ever want to see past rosters, tournament results, etc. They do a pretty good job of updating live kinds of the changes that happen. And when you go over to CMG BR, even just a couple days ago when I made notes for what I wanted to do for this video, there were 5 players here. It was Firecrow, Pekka, Motep, Edinho, and Tufa. And taking an educated guess, Tufa no longer there. His CMG bio is still in his Twitter, so that could still be in the forefront of people's minds. And maybe he does end up going back to CMG BR. Maybe he's testing things out. Nothing for sure. However, when I look over at AQM now, it is now 3 players. It's Coyote Dog, VT Zim, 2 previous players of AQM, and Motep's teammate, and now Tufa. So things are definitely getting shaped up a little bit here too. Again, keep in mind, according to rules for BSC, each organization can only have up to 2 teams. Assuming that doesn't change, there could be a different organization for this CMG BR team or the CMG EU team, which also played at Worlds. So kind of something to keep in mind. Now that they've signed in A, I imagine they're going to be looking to part ways with one of these 2 teams. Will they cut players with CMG BR, or will they cut both? It's hard to say. say, but one thing I do know for certain is there's certainly some player changes and experiments going down in LATAM South. A very strong set of players really trying to shape things up. So we'll definitely be keeping our eyes on that one. Stay tuned for future videos on them. And finally, the most interesting piece of news of the week, the World Champions Zeta Division 0 are no longer playing together. Here's the tweet as proof. It is Tensai joining together with two Zeta Division 1 players, Saitempo and Moyagoku. As a little background on each of these guys, of course, Tensai just won a 2022 World Championship. He won one in 2021 with Saitempo, and Moyagoku, of course, played with Saitempo last year. So this is a Zeta Division 0 and Zeta Division 1 kind of fusing together and making a dream team. I think it's more than fair to give these guys kind of leeway for being the favorites for 2023. Tensai, of course, has a World Championship now 2 times in a row, arguably the best player in the world. Saitempo, World Champion last year, MSI Champion, 2nd place this year, still arguably the best player in the world. And Moyagoku is right there in the running. Every time I watch this guy, he's a phenomenal player. I have people that I know in the pro community that swear by this guy. They say he's a great player. I got some opinions on him. The verdict is good. I don't think it's a secret that all 3 of these guys are incredibly strong players. I think they are arguably the top 3 mechanical players in the world. They still haven't re-signed with Zeta Division as an organization. That could happen. They could have representation for them. However, they are testing their free agency as they should. These guys get paid a lot of money just because of how well they've performed for multiple years for some of these guys. They deserve it. When you win a World Championship back-to-back and you're arguably the best player in the world in Saitempo, you have Moyagoku who's had a successful season. I hope these guys get paid the bag. They deserve it. So I'm glad they're testing their free agency options. And like I said, to me, they feel like the S-tier kind of team, if you will. They should be the favorites walking into 2023. This is certainly a team I will be keeping my eye on and will be my early prediction as of late December. I mean, it's so far away from the next season. Brawl Stars is only getting more competitive, but I think in all fairness, these guys deserve a lot of credit. The expectation for this team should be winning a World Finals. What a wild week for Brawl Stars. It really has been madness. World Champions coming together, some breaking up. It's going to be an insane 2023, and we're going to be covering it all right here on this channel. If you enjoyed today's video, I'd appreciate it if you liked, subscribed. Let me know down below what you think of these new roster changes. I'd love to hear your all's thoughts and help me get a little bit closer to 1,000 subscribers. It's a big goal of mine. It would mean a lot if y'all contributed to that goal. It's absolutely free and goes a long way. We'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace.